was just thinking how important rest is, and actually just kind of reminded myself because I was taking a rest just now, just kind of letting my mind wander and going over the day and trying to think of, what I wanted to do this video on. And just occurred to me, yesterday I talked about the breath and how I feel like so many of us have forgotten to just breathe sometimes, and how just taking a deep breath before answering a question or before an argument ensues, or just taking that breath before you respond gives your body time to I almost said deacclimate. I don't know where that came from. Obviously I need more rest. But no, taking a breath gives your nervous system this chance to take a rest, take time to think before you respond, think before you act. And same with rest, if we, I know for myself, if I've had a long day or a long week, especially working in yachting, there were times where you're just go, 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 and you're on all day, every day, nonstop. And it's so easy in those weeks to have shit just go wrong, arguments, things break, you can't find something and it's like right in front of your face. It's just so much, and it's not because yes, we're upset and we've lost things or something breaks, but our ability to deal with that thing is so much more challenging because we're not rested. And there's so many times that I've gone to bed just ruminating and going over and over things in my head, and not being able to sleep because I'm so tired, because all these things are happening. And then it's just like this snowball effect. It's like I haven't taken rest, and then stuff starts, piling up, like the problems, the challenges. And then now I'm in the middle of it, and now I can't rest at all because now I'm ruminating over it. And it's I can't, I'll speak for myself. I can't let myself get to that point because rest is so important. And I feel like decisions start taking a nosedive when enough rest hasn't been had. And I know it in myself, when confrontations would happen, arguments, whatever, half the time, seriously, actually I would say even more, 90% of the time, it was because not enough rest had been had amongst the people having the challenge, or the response time is too quick. People don't take a step back, take a deep breath, think about what they're gonna say before they say it. And yeah, I feel like 90% of the conflicts and the issues are because there's not been enough rest and people just don't take a breath before they respond. And it's wild to think, if you think about this. So basically it's regulating our nervous system, getting enough sleep, getting enough hydration, getting enough food, getting enough exercise, taking deep breaths, getting enough big, deep, beautiful breaths in our lungs so that we're not hyperventilating all day and making decisions out of like this like go 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 and decision. And it makes me wonder, is that why half the shit in the world that's going on is because people aren't rested, aren't breathing, and their nervous systems are so fucking dysregulated that they're making insane decisions. And humanity and the earth is all, suffering because of that shit. So it makes me really think, like when they say it starts, I think there's a saying that's like, it starts with me. I really, truly believe that change isn't possible until we start looking inward, we start looking at ourselves, and are we regulated? Is our nervous system regulated, or are we still responding from trauma responses, fight or flight, or freeze, or fawn? Am I rested? Am I hydrated? Have I had food? Have I had a hug? That's one thing lately that, because I've kind of been spending a lot of time in solitude, I love hugs. I love being hugged. I love giving hugs. And when you spend a lot of time in solitude, there's not a lot of hugs. And lately, I've been going to this yoga practice and receiving hugs, and it's like this, it's not a new concept, but I love that part of the questions we are meant to ask ourselves daily is, have I had rest? Have I hydrated? Have I eaten? Oh gosh, I'm missing one. Rest, hydration, eaten. Have I had a hug? Missing one. Ooh. See, my brain isn't here because I haven't rested. I need rest. I need more rest. I'm telling you, it's so freaking important, and I don't think any of us are getting enough rest. Like real, true rest, where our whole brain, body, our whole systems like actually get to shut down. I don't mean shut down, like shut down, but like turn off, like when I was mentioning the thing about yachting, that's one thing that was really hard, is that you're always on, mentally especially, like you're always on, because even when you're off duty, or even when there's no guests on the boat, you have to be ready for an emergency, for shit to break, someone to have a meltdown, there's just, you're always on. And so when you don't get to have that mental switch off, it's exhausting. And then I feel like that's when, things snowball. So there you go. That's my meanderings for today. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you tomorrow.